CZ P10C. Today I'm out here taking a look at the P10C and I'm trying to decide for myself whether or not this gun is still relevant. Take it easy with the hate back there. I'm just saying this gun was released something like 7 years ago. It's been out on the market quite a while. Here recently they had a bit of a price drop, and you know, with all of the changes in technology surrounding guns these last couple of years, I thought to myself, you know what, I've got to get a P10C and I've got to see if this gun still has a purpose all these years later. I mean, polymer striker fired pistols are basically a dime a dozen right now. Before we get too deep into this video, let's go ahead and send a quick thanks to everybody supporting the channel. Not just you, the viewers, but, you know, Patreons. If you're not on Patreon, there's a link down below. Honestly, it doesn't cost a lot to join the Patreon, but what it does is quite a bit in terms of supporting the channel. So if you're a member of the Patreon, I appreciate you. If you're not a member of the Patreon, go take a look, at least consider it. Next up, Optics Planet. Now, I went ahead and ordered a light for this actually yesterday. I'm filming this video kind of spur of the moment, so bear with me. I ordered the TLR1 HL from Optics Planet for this CZ yesterday. It'll be in, I don't know, midweek or whatever. 360TS if you want to go ahead and save some money at Optics Planet. Not only optics, but lights, gadgets, gizmos, doodads, anything you can think of. Optics Planet probably has it. Next up is going to be core essentials. Now, you guys know I wear a core belt every day. Today is black multicam. Yesterday was solid black. 360TS if you want to save on anything over at core. If you don't want the best belt on the market, then go ahead and buy something from one of those pretenders. If you do want the most durable and rugged and highly adjustable belt that's out there, get yourself a core. Last but certainly not least is going to be Mechanitech holsters. Now, I'm using a Mechanitech Talon holster today for the CZ P10C. If you want to save there, you guessed it, 360TS. I basically use Mechanitech holsters on all of my guns, whether it is inside of the waistband, outside the waistband, or if it's for my battle belt. Pretty much everything that I do, I'm using Mechanitech. All right, that's it today, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So the CZ P10C has a lot going for it, not just because it's made by CZ. Mind you, this is not the first time that I've shot a P10C. I've shot one before. It wasn't mine, so, you know, it was basically just a test. I wasn't able to do any cool upgrades on it or do anything past throwing a few mags down range. And I actually really did like it at the time. That was probably 5 years ago now. But I saw the price drop on the P10Cs, and I knew that I had to get one for myself to go ahead and really get some time on it and spend some time here on the channel upgrading it, playing around with it, seeing what's possible with it and how far we could really push it. Of course, with the price drop, it wasn't real easy to find one in store, but luckily my friends over at North Sound Firearms had one. They held on to it for me. I had to go down and pick it up, and here we are. You know, the CZ P10C, it's not anything like revolutionary or really new or special, but it does have some really good things going for it. Number one, the grip texture on this gun, I really enjoy. I like that you have multiple different types of like levels of grip, you know, in the front and the back. It's super aggressive. On the sides, it's a little less aggressive. I would like it if these index points on the sides were the same aggressive texture as the rear and the front. But honestly, it still feels really good in the hand. I really feel like I've got a good grip on this gun. The mag release isn't bad. It's fairly streamlined. It's easy to get to. It's easy to actuate. It's functional, and I haven't had any problems out here with this one. I would like it extended just a bit, but that's just me. The sight system, honestly, these sights are pretty cheesy. I think they're like glow-in-the-dark paint or something. I like the design of the sight system. I like how there is a channel cut into here, and then you have a set screw. I like the set screw in the rears. Obviously I don't have an optic mounted to it yet, but this is the optic cut version. I do have an optic on the way from Optics Planet, of course. We will be seeing that in a video here very soon, and by very soon I mean sometime in the next month or so. I've got a lot of videos planned here. Slide serrations are more than adequate. These things are super grippy. It's grippy. The slide serrations are nice and deep. They're sharp without being painfully sharp. And honestly, I don't think that I would change a thing about the slide serrations. I don't. Maybe I would wrap them up to the side of the slide a little bit higher, but as far as slide serrations go, these ones work really well. One of the things that I've always liked about the CZs is that they give you a big, massive trigger guard. So if you're, trying to use your weapon with gloves on, you have plenty of room to be able to get your finger in there with whatever type of gloves it is that you're trying to use. One thing I'm really not a fan of with this gun is the slide stop, slide release. This button is too flat for its own good, and it is very stiff. Mind you, this is a new gun. I just picked this up about a week and a half ago. I don't have a ton of rounds through it. I think right now, this is the beginning of my day. I got probably 300 rounds through it over the course of the last week, and I think I got about 500 rounds in the car that I'm going to be shooting today. So I don't have a ton of rounds on it, but I do feel like this slide stop it's got to go. It takes a lot to really manipulate it. I mean, you can go over the top, you can rack the slide however you want to do it, but I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Luckily, Apex has parts for this gun. We just may go ahead and do a full Apex package on this and come back with that real soon. Who knows? For now, though, I really want to put some more rounds through it and see how it goes. All right, so it's time for a little conclusion here. Now, the CZ is reliable. It is accurate. I came out here today and I put, I don't know, 500 or 600 rounds through it. I actually found a couple more boxes of ammo here in the trunk of the car. You know, I put a few hundred rounds through it, and it's ran really well today. Mind you, I bought it, I took it out, and I put a couple hundred rounds through it, took it home, forgot to clean it, came back out today, shot it again. Normally when I buy a brand new gun, I will strip it down, and I will clean everything, you know, the barrel, all the internals and everything. Clean all of the factory oils and gunk off of there. Re-lube it, put it back together, and then shoot it. But I didn't do that this time. Life has been a little bit busy, and I spaced it. Nonetheless, the P10C has ran flawlessly. Not that I'm surprised. I mean, CZ is synonymous with reliability. I would be surprised if it did have any reliability issues. The question here, though, is, you know, is it worth it to buy one of these guns? And I think if you're looking to buy a pistol that isn't a Glock, because let's face it, everybody out there has a Glock, and Glock just keeps putting out the same thing, model after model. If you're looking to buy something that isn't a Glock, that's a little bit different, I think that the CZ P10C still has a lot of life left in it. There's all kinds of options on the market for these as far as, you know, aftermarket parts, whether it's triggers, you know, mag releases, threaded barrels, comps. Everybody makes a holster for these. I think really there's still a lot of value there, especially with the fact that recently they did drop the price on these guns. Now, if I really need a gun that's going to conceal well, obviously my number one concealment gun is still, and probably always will be, the Hellcat Pro. This P10C is a close second. I feel like it feels a little more streamlined than what my M&P 2.0 does. I get that 4-inch barrel, so as far as recoil goes, it's not as snappy as a shorter gun is. There's so many benefits to this gun. I just think that if you can find one on sale, just buy it. I mean, realistically, if you're looking at the CZ, obviously it's got something that you're interested in. I don't see anything like negative about it at this point, and I do think that it has a lot of like growth potential as far as building it up and adding to it. Now, the one thing that I wonder is does CZ have something in development right now that's going to replace the P10C? Because obviously, you know, they've got to be working on something. These companies are always working on the, you know, the next model or whatever. But I would put it like this: if I bought this P10C right now, and in a year, 2 years, if they came out with a newer, updated version, I wouldn't be mad about buying this one right now. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't feel like, you know, I wouldn't feel like an asshole for buying the old model right before the new model comes out. Now, as far as this P10C goes, now that I've worked with it as a out-of-the-box OEM stock gun, it's time to do what we do here, and that is take it home, clean it up, and start adding aftermarket parts to it. Because, you know, it's a good gun straight out of the box. It's probably going to last you a very long time, but that's not what we do here. We like to push it and see what is possible with the guns that we review here. We like to see what we can add to it and what it will put up with before it decides to give up. And I've already got a handful of parts for this thing back at the house, so I think this evening I'm going to strip it down and clean it up and start adding stuff to it. And yeah, we'll bring it back to you real soon for the next edition of Is This CZ Worth a Damn? Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you back here real soon.